Hey, welcome back. It ended up being the neighbor kids, so I had to turn into an old man and say, "Get off my lawn!" Okay, so if you're here because you wanted to skip the last video and get to the next scenario, I was interrupted with another doorbell. So skip this video and go to the next one if you were just looking for the next scenario. So we're working on upgrading our banner here. So what's changing is that the hides was added, and then you get an inspiration. So like I said, I sometimes forget this. We barely ever get to use our rest action, but the guard has happened. But anyways, now we got to make sure we pay attention because Bilbo is going to get to hide at the very start of a scenario. So because of his cloak, so he's going to automatically gain an inspiration because he's going to be in the same space. So both he and Legolas now are going to start every scenario with an inspiration, and I think that's pretty darn cool. Okay, so that's upgraded. And it needs 61 for its... So let's go to Bilbo and see what kind of dagger... So we have two choices of dagger for him. So the Ered Luin and the Gondolin. I don't know which one he did in the books. I can't remember. I want to say it's Ered Luin was the one, because he found... Didn't Bilbo find those, like the daggers... He found these weapons that were like ancient, and it was in some cave with the trolls or something. I can't remember. Anyways, I don't want to butcher it. All right, so these are the two we get to choose from. And just to remind you, this is what he had. So these are the three items here. So you can see the plain dagger was just 2 hits or 3 hits and pierce, okay? This one is 2 hits, 4 hits and pierce, 2 hits, 4 hits and pierce. So they're both same damage-wise. Before you attack, you may spend an inspiration to give this weapon range. So basically you get to attack from one space away, is what this is saying. When used to attack, if there's a nearby orc or goblin, reveal an additional card. That sounds like the one that Bilbo had. Because didn't it like glow anytime he was near an orc or a goblin? I think thematically I like this one for him. So we'll go ahead and go with the Gondolin. So Gondolin dagger it is. Okay, and while we're on the topic of daggers, we'll do Elena's dagger, and I guess she has to take the other one. So they both had just a basic dagger, and now she takes this one, which I sort of like, because now she can attack from one space away and doesn't have to be so close to them. I think that works for her. And then her harp gets to upgrade. This is pretty cool. Let me find it. By the way, I'm looking at the bow. It's going to have cleave, folks. That would have been awesome. And then look at the axe. It now has 4 successes, can let it do 3 different things. So 6, 3, or 2 hits and sunder. That's awesome. So that's what I was saying. Those things are pretty good. And... all right, I found it. So the harp, as you know, hero in your space who has 0 inspiration gets 1. That's what we had. So this is the same text up here, but then it's, if a hero in your space would gain an inspiration, they may discard a face-down fear instead. So they can, get some courage from the singing, I guess. No complaints there. The thing is that, let's see. If a hero in your space would gain an inspiration, okay, for any reason, okay, so that's actually pretty cool. Okay, and then last but not least, I guess, is the ring mail, and so we get to go to a level 2. So I'm going to go ahead and just click on that, but it's not like we get to choose. And his ring mail was your agility was reduced by 1, and then if he had to test any of these other things, he could use his might instead. So here his agility is still 1. But now his fear limit goes up by 1, which is good. and then the rest is the same. So a little anticlimactic, but Gimli actually has a low tolerance for fear, so it's not that bad. I mean, that actually helps him, because now he can have 5 fear instead of the 4 from before. All right. I was happy as a clam to be able to do that, and we've upgraded everything. I think these two, of course, are going to, whatever this next scenario is, it's going to be upgrading those. And then we have a at least 20, if you see here, that's a 30 in the lore department. We got to get like 25 more before something upgrades again. So that's a lot of scenarios, but I think we're on pace. That I was told this is like 8 or 9 missions, and I don't know, we might be able to do it. We'll see. But very happy with that, and I need to figure out if I'm going to take any of these 7-point skills. My answer is probably no. I think I'm going to just go straight for the 12-pointers, and for now, I promised I would do another video, so this is only going to be 6 minutes long, and that's fine. I still got to clean up anyways to do the next one. I'll use this time to just simply say I'm having fun with this game. I think this would be more fun with real people. Not that it changes much, right? Because it's definitely a solitaire game. Like I'm able to handle all 5 characters. I mean, you sort of have to slow down a little bit and make sure you don't forget anything. You got to read all the skills. There's nothing wrong with solitaire. I really do prefer to play board games with people. And one of the reasons I record is you guys, even though you're not able to interact with me immediately, you do interact with me at some point. People give comments or whatever. And I can't stress enough how much that actually makes the solitaire play of these games more fun. And just the fact that I'm talking to this camera makes it more fun, because I do, in my mind at least, imagine somebody sitting with me at the table. And so a lot of these games that I own that can be played solitaire, I never actually played them solitaire. And of course, with my kids' schedule and all that stuff, I haven't been able to get out and do the multiplayer stuff as much as I used to. I mean, I used to game 3 or 4 nights a week. Now I'm lucky it's 1 night a month. But I do these videos quite a lot, and I do spend a lot of hours playing. And as you can tell, I'm not afraid of an epically long game. Usually, I sometimes get bored. But anyways, long story short of it is, thank you. I mean, first of all, you make solitaire games more fun. And as far as I think about this game, it has redeemed itself a bit. I at first was thinking of trading or selling this game, and I was getting very disappointed because FFG has been on a string of disappointments with me in terms of games. This one could be better. I mean, I'm not going to tell you it's a great game. It's a good game. It could have been better. There's some things and aspects to this that I think I could have given feedback about that would have made this better. But it is what it is. And maybe with some expansions, they'll be able to flesh some of that out. I still think the mixing of the skills with the class and the deck, all is one thing. It's still a little messy to me. Successes are more important than failures. And being able to prepare a skill versus just having a success is rarely beneficial, unless you got some weird thing like Aragorn where he had that wound. Then preparing them made more sense. And what's funny is by preparing them, it actually did get me out of a couple binds. I think there is another way to play. It's just it's not my play style, right? So I'm refusing to play the classes a different way. That's part of the reason why I'm just a little Now, I do love the app. I think the app makes this fantastic. And I wish Gloomhaven had an app like this. The way the AI decks and stuff work in Gloomhaven was always, in my opinion, very good. I just wish there was an app that managed it, because there was a lot of shuffling in that one. Anyways, the Lord of the Rings theme is good. I love Lord of the Rings. So the theme is good. I still sometimes feel like this is 5-player solitaire. Like they're not helping each other that much. And it's definitely not a party mechanic per se. That bothers me. But anyways, I was rambling because I was only at 6 minutes. So I don't need to take it up very longer. So thanks for watching. Stay awesome. And I'll get this cleaned up and the next video will be the start.